Hey guys, it's Sarah Reynolds, your favorite Progressive Patriot, and welcome to Day 22 in our series, A Year in the Life of the Progressive Patriot. It's June 22nd, 2014, and we're back in Nathan Hale Park for a Saturday Sarah story, except, yes, it is Sunday. Yesterday I was in Minneapolis. By the time I got back, it was dark, so I thought, oh, we'll just do it tomorrow. Okay, so we are talking about a Sarah story from the past, and tonight we're going to talk about a very interesting experience I had with my dad regarding the Revolutionary War. Now, you know, of course, the original story that brought me here with my mom and how we had been watching a Saturday Night Live episode with President Reagan. Well, the story with my dad also has to do with President Reagan. Okay, so we were staying at the time with my Aunt Jewel, his aunt, my great aunt, and we're watching MacGyver. Now, Aunt Jewel had been in the Army during World War II. She was an anesthesiologist, so she was extremely patriotic, and she was always on me to watch MacGyver to learn survival skills. So she would say, Sarah, MacGyver's on, we gotta watch it. You never know when you'll be able to use these survival skills in life. Come on! So we would always watch, and she also really liked Dallas, which my dad thought was terrible, so she would always sneak me into the room when Dallas was on. So we're watching MacGyver, okay? And I'm sitting on her lap, and all of a sudden, President Reagan comes on. And I'm going, whoa, where's MacGyver? And my dad says, oh, well, just go ahead and change the channel. So I turn it. It's President Reagan. He goes, just change it to the next channel. It's President Reagan again. I change it again, President Reagan again. And I'm going, wait, the clock is counting down on MacGyver. We got to get back to the show. We got to. So Aunt Jewel says, well, you know, it'll pick up in a few minutes. Well, I'd already experienced this multiple times. He keeps interrupting the show, and then when the show picks back up, it's 15 minutes gone. You never get those minutes back. So I'm freaking out. We gotta find MacGyver. What are we gonna do? So my dad says, well, apparently President Reagan thinks he's a monarch. Yeah, he thinks he's a king. He thinks that he can just come on to the TV, take over the airwaves, and control what everybody watches. So we had a very interesting discussion. He and Aunt Jewel educated me about the Revolutionary War and that people had died so that we would have freedom, not so that we would have the freedom to watch President Reagan on 4 different channels. So we talk about this, and it is really interesting to me in retrospect how you take a libertarian conservative person like my dad, and then you take a liberal progressive person like my mom, and at a certain point on the political spectrum, they come back around and they meet up again. And so on many different issues, they will actually agree. So in this situation, my dad explained to me the difference between authority and power, and when you have that kind of authority where you can just take over the airwaves and literally control what people watch, what will happen then is the only freedom you have left is to choose to watch nothing. So you don't have to watch President Reagan or the other option to watch President Reagan or the other option to watch President Reagan. You can actually just opt out, turn the TV off, and watch nobody. So the really fascinating thing to me is that was my dad's sort of libertarian, off-the-grid philosophy of life, is that, you know, if authority is giving you a bunch of different options and you don't like any of them, you don't want to vote for any of them, well, then you just don't participate at all. You go off the grid, you opt out, and don't even acknowledge that there is an option being offered because they're all bad. Now, I think that's really interesting, and of course I tend to agree more with my mom's opinion, which was if you don't like the options being offered, then you either have to be one of the people who offers options, or you have to pressure those people in an elected capacity to give you a different option or threaten them with not getting reelected, basically with job loss. I mean, how many of us would change our behavior if we thought we were no longer going to have our job? Well, we'd very quickly figure out what we needed to do to keep our job. So, going back to this really interesting MacGyver episode, my dad and Aunt Jewel were just very clear that, yeah, that was not the intention that the people who died during Revolutionary War had for us. They did not want us to have 4 different options that were all the same. So, very interesting to look back and see how similar the two of them were and how they definitely influenced me to make my decisions in everyday life. So, thank you again for tuning in to Day 22 in our series, A Year in the Life of the Progressive Patriot. Please do check out my blog at messages2millennials.com. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you've enjoyed this video, and hope to see you back here tomorrow. Thank you.